Go.
This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast, emphatically started by Charity this morning. Because you got places to go.
It's a busy day.
This is
for both of us. We both have places to go.
I don't have to be out to Black Bear Ridge Golf Course for the annual Children's Foundation play around for the kids till about 1, although lunch begins about 11:30, 12 o'clock.
And you want to make sure you enjoy that today.
At 12:30.
Is it before? Okay.
Yeah, before.
So that all happens before. We talked to Executive Director Kim Henry from the Children's Foundation this morning to get all the details on what was going to happen today.
Good morning.
Hi, Kim Henry.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Executive Director of the Children's Foundation on Play Around for the Kids Golf Day today. We're doing the best we can with just a 30% chance of rain.
That's pretty good compared to a couple weeks ago. So
Right.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
We've been
Yeah.
working
Little
into
cloud
it.
cover's not so bad either, so it's not going to be scorching today. Everybody will have a great day of golf.
For sure. And we planned it that way.
Perfect.
You did, right. Sold out means how many are teeing off today?
We have 132 teeing off.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're very excited about that. So we maxed out what the course has capacity for right now. So they have some carts on back order.
Oh, if you don't get one, I'll walk. I'll walk him.
You will get a cart, Mark, for sure.
Oh, come on. I don't need a cart. I have a white belt. Is there?
We need to speed up your play, Mark.
Gotta keep things moving. Gotta keep things moving, Mark.
Oh, don't put me behind Philbin's group.
And speaking of, Kim, what can golfers expect today then when they hit the golf course?
We have a great lunch for them, donated by Bourbon Street Pizza. So don't worry about your carbs today because you're going to get them. Then we have lots of goodie in the goodie bag.
Of course.
We have butter tarts, of course, donated by Paradise Tarts. And we have cheese curds. Those are always great. Lots of fun things on the course. And then we have a silent auction before you head out. A silent and a live auction. So Boyd Sullivan will be doing the live auction at 12:30. Some super great things to get. And we have wonderful donors who donated towards that.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
and when I get my first hole in one of my career, what am I going to win today?
You're going to win $10,000.
10 grand!
Oh!
Yeah!
Yeah, which is great.
And is there a dress code today?
I don't believe so. Black Bear has, I guess, a dress code.
White
you're
belts.
welcome to wear whatever golf attire you want to wear.
Mark is on this white belt. He's got his white belt on today, Kim.
Power belt.
Great.
Yeah.
This is his golfing
Whatever
belt. Yeah, exactly.
I play fast when I have a white belt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kim, we'll see you later on. Thanks for all you're doing. I know you're going to do a great job with all the money raised today to help the kids, and we'll see you out at Black Bear Ridge later on.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. See you later. Thanks, Charity.
So look forward to seeing you out at Black Bear Ridge.
With your white belt.
Unless you're listening to this on the drive home the course, and it's like, boy, that was a great golf tournament. And congratulations, Mark, on your hole-in-one. Thank you. Thank you very much. How did I call that would happen?
And you being a snazzy dresser, because as we heard from one listener now, you're a fashion
That's
trend
ridiculous.
center.
Why don't I just give you the hole I'm going to ace? 13. It's about an 8
All right.
iron.
You heard it here. I'm going to mark that down.
I'm going to ace 13 today
Why
at
13?
Black Bear Ridge. I don't know. That's just because it's
Do you like that hole? Is it an easy
aceable.
hole?
It's not long. It's about 140. Big green.
Has it always been at Black
Do you know
Bear?
Don McCurdy aced 15 at Black Bear Ridge last weekend?
Was it last? It was.
Like recently.
Yeah.
Like he got on 15. That's impressive. 15's a good, it's about 175 yards. That's a good poke.
Has the Children Foundation always had it at Black Bear?
Black Bear hasn't been around as long as this golf tournament has.
Okay.
So no, but
the reason I asked, was it not held at Trillium?
it might have been.
Okay, because
The
I'm
past
thinking.
years. Lots of tournaments are held at either. The two of them
They're
really
right next,
do
like
rule the
they're
roost.
beside
Yeah.
each other, so that makes sense. I'm just thinking if it was that one that I played at Trillium, because I love Trillium's golf course.
Oh,
It's
so
a
do I.
beautiful
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
And I'm just thinking about you with the bugs, and it's a little cooler today. Is Black Bear fairly open?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And I
okay.
think with the cooler weather, the bugs will take a day off.
I just worry about you.
I don't know why you
about
worry
you.
about me. I don't know why, because I'm pretty well able to mess up my life on my own
Without my help.
without you having to worry about it. For the most part. But you've got to get out and about and get going this morning because you're the cool mom.
Talking about
cool
messing around
mom.
and messing about. Yes. Field trips are back. School field trips. And I wouldn't say I'm the cool mom. I do check with my children before I volunteer to chaperone. Just to make sure. I just remember it being so much fun as a kid. Maybe that's why, because when the permission form came home, I want to say I might have been more excited than the kids.
To be a mom, to go on the trip?
That there was a field trip coming up.
Yeah.
And my
I see,
first
yeah.
instinct is, do you want me to come? Do you want? I can come. I can finagle something. I can work it out if you
Sure you
want.
can,
If I can be there. And then they hum and haw, and I hold my breath, and then they said, "Yeah, okay." I'm like, "Yes, field trip."
How many parents go on a field trip?
Well, this one, it sounds like they have plenty.
Okay.
Because when I said I would come, they say, "Okay, we have enough chaperones, but if you just want to come, that's fine."
Oh.
So I get to just go. I honestly don't. I think what they try to get is at least 4 to
Sounds
go with
about
the
right.
teachers. So it's been interesting. My husband got to go to the Toronto Zoo, which was unfair. Would have liked to have gone on that one. Right. I didn't get to go on that one.
Yeah.
But Lang Pioneer Village, I went a couple of years ago. I'm trying to think which one I went with. I think it was Ben. No, it was Nathan. That one I went with Nathan, and that's always fun. It's just fun to experience these places, and quite often you've experienced them already when you were a child. So it's kind of nice to revisit and see it from their perspective and as an adult.
I don't know why I'm getting a flashback that
To what?
I was a parent to Canada's Wonderland. Now I'm going to have to ask one of my children if that's true or whether it was just a trip and we brought a couple of the kids' friends and they talked about it a lot. But that seems pretty adventurous for me because when I was a child, you go on the field trip. Now I'm the youngest of 7. My mother was 44 when I was born. So when I was 10, when I was say Ben's age, what's Ben, 8?
Yeah, Ben's 8, 9.
Mom would have been 52. Mom, do you want to go on a bus ride on a school bus that has no shock absorbers with a bunch of 8-year-olds?
Busload of 8-year-olds.
And go to the fire station? No, I don't want to. So my mom never went on road trips. But it was always the same moms or dads that went.
Yeah.
That had either shift works for dad and
that
mom,
were able to go.
That were able to go. So over the years, it's always just so and so. And the teacher would even say to one of the kids, "Would your mom or dad be able to go?" And it's like, sure, they'll be able to go. So I was kind of envied the kids who could bring a parent on a road trip. And I would stop well short of resenting my mother for not doing it. But it was sort of like, in my head, because I'm 8 and stupid, my mom's not the cool mom. They're the cool mom because they go on these trips. And now I think back at what a gift I had to have a mother who was so wise, who had raised 7 children and never panicked because she knew that even against my worst instincts, she'll survive. I've had 6 of them that made it.
And that's kind of where my mind goes when you say that. It's kind of like, okay, I've done this.
I've done this so many times.
5, 6 other times.
Yeah.
I don't need to see a fire station again. You'll be fine.
Yeah. And don't you think, to have that 7th child and end up with me? Like the biggest handful of all of them.
And
my oldest brothers were quiet.
A child that
One
was
became
so
an accountant.
confident.
Oh my gosh.
And capable that she didn't feel she needed to go. That's what it is.
I just chased rainbows all day.
Oh, okay.
And my mother's at that age. Meanwhile, the older ones became like accountants and were very studious and quiet. And I'm like, la, 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 the artistic running around. I'm going to be on the radio.
And that's why she's
didn't
like,
wanna
no,
go.
Mark, your teachers are quite capable. They can go with you.
But
it is fun. Like when you
is.
think back to the field trips you had.
What were the best ones you can remember as a child? Because one I always find traumatizing. There's one I never liked.
Phantom of the Opera. I always loved going to
Whoa.
musicals. They were always fun because we'd go to the Spaghetti Factory for dinner,
Down on the
and then we'd go
Esplanade.
to the show. There's one that stands out. And
So when was that? Like grade school?
Yeah.
You're kidding. You saw Phantom as
I
like
want
a
to say
10-year-old?
maybe 5 or 6. Well, remember when Phantom came to Toronto?
Yeah, but
With Colm Wilkinson and the whole production, it was huge.
of course it was.
It was all school trips during the week. Are you kidding me? We weren't the only school there. It was just lineups of buses that would bring the kids. I loved Phantom. And
I get it.
And Wayne will tell you that's the only musical he saw too, because again, we'd go through the schools.
See, in grade school, I think it's just Frink Center. That's it. You're going to Frink. And that's
See,
it.
and
So you're
that
going.
would be here.
Yeah.
But
Phantom, that's-
Outdoor Ed Center, Goodrich Loomis, along 30 between Brighton and Campbellford. We did that was kind of like an annual trip. I wouldn't say it was the best one, but one that stands out the most for me, the one my mom did come with us to, was the ROM. And I remember being so excited, and then I was a little resentful by the end of the day because my friend Mike got sick and my mom sat with him the entire day. So I didn't get to necessarily spend the day
with
with
your
my
mom,
mom.
yeah.
Looking back, it was wonderful. And I was so grateful that she was there. And so was Mike's mom. And Mike, of course, was very happy to have my mom. And it was wonderful. She was there. Being a nurse, too, came into play. But it was unfortunate because I just remember feeling I wanted to spend the day with you.
Right,
And now
yeah.
Mike's spending the
Yeah.
day with you.
And that's why you-
Yeah,
and
so I
that's
do
why-
remember that.
That's why you and Mike broke up. Never
Yeah,
friends
Mike and
again.
I were never together. We were just friends.
That's right. Never
But,
happened,
yeah.
Mike. Yep. Meanwhile, you're hanging off a dinosaur's tooth like, Mom,
Yeah.
look at me, Mom.
Yeah.
Over
Look at-
here.
hey, over here.
Yeah.
But incredible opportunities, no
Yeah.
question.
We never had cool ones way back in the day.
No.
We never.
You never got to go anywhere fun or exciting?
No,
or
not really. The one that traumatized me all the time, and I used to dread it every year, was the fire station.
It traumatized? Kids love going to the fire station.
I
I love
was
going to the fire
always
station.
Deathly afraid
Why?
that the alarm was going to go off. I lived in fear that the alarm would go off.
Would that not be kind of cool? Because then you'd see everybody going down the pole and they'd be running and the lights and sirens.
I didn't want the
and-
noise. I was.
Oh, wow.
And they always say, now, when that happens, run against the wall. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, Mark, not now. It's like, no, I'm going to start it. I'm just going to stay here.
I'm just gonna stay here 'cause
You
I don't
tell
know.
me when this is over, and then I'm going to go
Really?
on the bus.
Okay, well,
I was really afraid of that
Was it
as a child.
how they presented it to
I don't
you
know.
that
I
left
don't
you
know.
traumatized?
At some point, it was just, I don't
'Cause
like
it
to
never
be here.
happened.
Never, ever happened. Never, ever happened.
But yet-
it didn't matter. Like whether it
You
was
were
kindergarten
so
or grade
on
one, I
guard.
was so
Wow.
worried that the alarm would go off, and then every year we would go. And I'm sure, like by grade 8, it would be like, I'm fine with it, except we're going again. And it's like, I'm thinking in my head, statistically speaking,
Chances are, I've been
gonna
here
be-
enough. It's got to happen.
gonna
I was
happen
going to
this year.
suggest, and I will suggest, we should do a field trip to a station here in Belleville.
I have.
Okay, so you've been, and it's been fine,
I've done the smoke room.
and that was okay.
Yep, now it's okay. But going as a child to the fire station, I always worried that the alarms would go off.
Really?
And then what would I do? And it's so loud.
poor
And there's
Mark.
no, poor Mark, nothing.
Well, for you to be traumatized over something that
Traumatized is a big word.
most kids just fawn over. Like I know mine do. They love. Well, like I said, I love it. There's just
Mm-hmm.
something about a fire station. So for you to be worried and scared, even, and
Yeah. I was the only one. So it's not like
I
they
know,
came in
but
and
that's-
said, you know,
it's like the best place for a kid.
I know, we're going to
And
send you there because it's horrible.
did you get to run the hose? Like, did they do that? That
I have
didn't even
no
impress
memory
you.
of anything other than looking at the clock saying we get to leave at 1 o'clock and it's only a quarter after 12. Was it like in 40 can be quiet for 45 minutes the whole time. The best field trip I ever had was in high school in London. We went to Point Pelee, which is in Leamington down near
Ooh, yeah.
Windsor. And so it was an outdoor, not really sort of the butterfly fauna, but it was similar to that. It was like an environmental trip. And we were in school uniforms, like we had suit and tie. And somebody brought a little football. We took the shoes off and we got in the lake in our uniforms because we're 16-year-old boys.
Of course.
And so now we're soaking wet and we got back to the bus. And of course, we were the prefects and the A students. Don't want to brag, but that's who, the hooligans
Kind
are,
of a
right?
big deal.
We're working on our valedictorian speeches and writing out our applications for university, and we're the clowns in the lake
Mm-hmm.
in grade 12. And I know we got back and we had the cool teachers with us, and it was, okay, well, you guys sit over there on the picnic table so you dry off a little bit. And we're literally waiting to be spoken to because that's kind of what we wanted. It's like we've been so straight-laced in high school that we're going to be these rebels, and they wouldn't even get mad at us. And it's like, pretty irresponsible of us, eh, Mr. Gibbons? Well, it's a nice day. Remember how you said stay away from the lake? Well, we didn't. Don't you think we should get a talking to? Well, what are you going to do?
It is what it is.
Oh,
You can't even get in trouble when you try.
So now I'm sitting here all wet, and nobody's mad at us. Then we got on the bus. But that was a fun day.
That's pretty cool.
That's all I remember.
It sounds like it was a fun day.
But maybe you and I should go to a fire station, film it, and they should talk about how everything's going to be okay, Mark. And then
we should contact
the smoke room.
police chief, fire chief, because we could go to the police station too. That'd be a cool one too.
I think that'd be kind of neat.
The police station?
Kind of good. They put me in a cell for, 30 seconds. Because
I wonder if Inspector Sherry would take us.
I'm pretty sure she would. Or
Give us a tour.
Fire Chief John Whalen and Quinny West.
Yeah.
Here in Belleville. I don't know. We'll work on it.
I see the gears turning. We should get on that. We should do that.
We should overcome our fears.
Have our own field trips. We could go see how cheese is made.
There's that. See, I would love that.
Cheese
Steve
factory.
Quickard. We get Steve out at Reed's Dairy or something, or up around Mapledale or something.
Mapledale.
Somebody
Ooh,
would.
my neck of the woods. We
your
could go
neck
to
of the
Empire.
Woods, down on County Road. What's that? 8?
County Road 8 going into Campbellford.
Yeah. We should go
John
there.
Graham. We should speak to our
Here we
buddy
go.
John Graham
How they make beer?
and go to the brewery.
Okay.
Here,
And
and
then-
he can regale us with his stories from Ukraine.
Yeah.
From Ukraine.
Yeah.
And we can have a beer with him, a pint.
We should have road trips this summer.
We should have road trips.
Then we
That's
should
a
get-
great idea.
Get Larry from Tweed on, who just is Larry and he lives in Tweed.
Larry from Tweed.
What's going on in Tweed?
There
We'll follow
is
Larry around for a while.
A new wine. I shouldn't say new winery, but Potter's. Is it Settlers? Potter's. There's a winery up there
Okay.
that we should try.
See, if you don't know the name, they should mark it better. We're going to go up there and find
Well,
out.
that's what I mean. It's fairly new, so
Yeah.
we should go up and give it a try.
We should have field trips on the podcast. That's a great idea.
We should
And
do that.
Okay.
Because we could spend a day in different communities and check out what they have and what to see, and promote staycations.
I think
We could be
should
like Doug
get
Stevenson.
our crack team of producers and interns on this. Oh, wait a minute. We don't have anybody. It's us.
That's you and me.
We'll do that. We're going to
Okay.
have to do that. And I'd like to start with the fire
I think
station.
we're
I'd
onto
like to
something.
put this in the rearview mirror. I think it's time to confront it and get it over with.
For good.
Because I'm not anymore.
For good.
Because
Yeah.
I think I want to ask them, am I the only one? Like, why was that?
Yeah.
And find out that, yes, you're the only child in the history of the world.
Who's ever
And that's
been
like,
concerned about
perfect.
this?
I feel great about it. Thanks, you guys. I think that's amazing. All right, we're going to do that today. I'm
All
going
right.
to golf. You're
That
gonna
is our
go to
project.
Mattawa, and then we're
Yes.
going to talk about it tomorrow because we got our final tickets for Bryan Adams. Because finally they'll be available for sale tomorrow online through
Mm-hmm.
Live Nation. But why buy them when you can win them? Be listening for Somebody today as part of the workday. That's his hit, Somebody. Not just don't be listening for somebody, because it's going to be Emily. surprise, it's Emily. They don't know her name. No. The song is Somebody.
Somebody.
Emily will pick up the phone if you're calling number 9 to give you tickets. It's as simple as that. And then tomorrow we'll have the song. If you haven't figured out what tomorrow's song is yet, because they've been Summer of 69, One Night Love Affair, Somebody, so you can figure out what tomorrow's is. You got to figure it out. It's
Okay.
a one-word title. And if you haven't figured it
okay.
out yet, you're not very good at the 80s, 90s, and now. So that's going on tomorrow. Dad Joke is about Sandbanks Provincial Park. It's a local
Nice.
dad joke. Tying it up on a Friday. And what's the Friday song tomorrow? Have you got it?
I have it. We've talked about it. Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
Yes,
oh, yes,
you
I
do.
Yes, I do.
Because a pretty big movie opens up tomorrow in
Chucklehead.
theaters.
Forgot all about it.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
So it's based around that.
That's all we're going to say.
That's all we're going to say.
So
8 o'clock song tomorrow. And of course, a big event going on here in Belleville. Susan Walsh from the Chamber will join us to tell
on
us
the
about
show.
that.
And if you're a fan of the cheap seats, and who isn't,
Yes.
one way or the other, because it gets you thinking. Tomorrow is Bill Gliske's final day with us. It's the
Yeah.
final day of the cheap seats. Bill's off on a great new career adventure. Guess what he's doing? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let him tell you. But is he going to be helping people? Of course he is.
Of course.
Is he looking after kids? Of course
Yes.
he is. So after being editor of the city newspaper, The Intelligencer, running inquinty.ca here, cheap seats on the radio, Bill's going to do a big thing in the community still. Of course. So Bill's, of course, going to be on our show tomorrow morning to tell you all about that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on. You have a great day.
You too.
I will, and I'll win my $10,000 with
Good
the
luck.
Ace.
Fingers crossed.
Tell you all about it tomorrow. It's Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast, Belleville, Ontario, Canada. Here on Thursday, May the 26th. We'll talk to you tomorrow.